When teams across the country need custom apparel that looks sharp, feels great, and shows off team pride, they call Hatch and Custom Community. From scholastic programs to collegiate athletics, and even local businesses wanting branded apparel that actually gets noticed, Michael and his team deliver quality, creativity, and service that goes full tilt. See what I did there? So if they're helping winning teams stand out, why not yours? For custom apparel with championship-level results, go to CustomCommunity.com. This is the Full Tilt Podcast with Hatch.
Okay, here we go. Nate Carr.
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
I'm good. The legend himself. Listen, I tell you what, this is a pretty nice team room. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. This is pretty nice.
It makes for good background, for sure.
I don't remember having these in the early 90s.
No.
I don't. Yeah. Had a nice little snack room back there. And I tell you what, the graphics here. Shout out Kevin Dresser. My goodness, man. I tell you what, that's nice. How he does it here, huh?
It's nice.
Did you guys have this back here when you were going to school?
No.
No?
A lot of pictures, but nothing like this.
Nothing like this. I tell you what, this is going to be a great conversation. When we're talking living legends, this is most certainly one of them. Nate Carr, Carr Dynasty. I mean, you guys are really one of the first families of wrestling.
Yes.
I mean, you grew up in the roots of Erie,
yes,
PA.
That's right. Yeah, right by the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it like growing up as literally one of the first, really one of the first families of wrestling? I mean, you guys, one of 16 siblings?
Yeah. Well, my dad was a pastor, and so we went to church a lot and give a lot of honor and praise to my parents. I thank God for having godly parents that influence our lives in many ways, and definitely with Christ being first. And so, yeah, it was a competitive family, 9 boys, 7 girls. And I think coming from such a large family, Mike, you learn to set short-term goals, like never be late for dinner. Definitely a key goal.
especially with 9 boys,
you get half
all wrestlers.
Yeah, get half the food.
So now, were you the youngest, were you?
No, I'm like 11th.
In the middle. 11th.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to keep track of it.
Yeah, we had family reunions. I don't know who thought of the idea, but we had T-shirts with numbers on them. But so
that's great.
My group had 11. So.
I bet. So did the whole family wrestle?
Well, now most of the boys wrestled. Yeah, most of them wrestled. My oldest brother, Wooly, started in wrestling and then switched to karate. And I always say he was only second in the world.
Tough crowd.
Sounds bad. But,
oh, man.
Yeah, he was a stud.
Yeah.
Then Fletcher, he starts with being the All-American, and from him down, we had 5 All-American.
Wow.
5 All-Americans, which is an NCAA record.
Yeah.
Then 2 Olympians.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. So, what was a Tuesday night at the dinner table look like?
I know my mom would complain about broken furniture. Because we used to have to practice throwing, and you had to make sure, when you threw the person, they land on the couch, the flat parts. It'd be kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure you got plenty of them, but what's like one story back in the day with the brothers that really is etched in your mind forever, as far as people be like, what in the world?
I think a couple things maybe that makes for such an indelible mark of my life. I would say that my brother Jimmy, of course, making the Olympic team at 16, going on 17, and he's just my brother. I got his jeans, I got some of his shoes, And I remember one time I was going to a tournament, he let me wear the uniform. It was like it had the rings on it, red, white, and blue, rings on the pants, rings on the singlet, rings on the socks, brand new suede shoes from wrestling shoes from Hungary. And I went to the tournament and, pinned the first guy. Guys were going, man, that's the Carr brothers. They're all tough. Jimmy, Joe, Fletcher, Dude, I had my chest out, and that was just okay. I wasn't all that good. But here's the key. Here's the takeaway. If you get your parents to spend enough money to get you a nice warm-up, it will at least get you to the finals. I got smashed in the finals. But that's the takeaway.
Yeah. Well, shoot, and plus, you spend a little bit extra on the shoes, man. That really,
Yeah,
I tell you what, that's a
on.
big deal.
And I think part two of that story, I knew my brother was tough, but, I didn't know. He's my brother.
Yeah.
And I was really trying to get him, but he was like, no takedowns. You're not taking me down at all.
Really?
And I was chasing him around the room, and I was crying. And my brother Joe was in there, and he was like, tell him, Joe, I'm not letting him get a takedown. And I was like, So later on, I'm national champion. He's like, hey, you remember when I made you cry? So
I bet it's tough sledding in the Carr house.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah, so-
Well, but that actually had to really shape you moving
Yes.
forward, as far as obviously with your accomplishments and just everything that you did from there on out. What kind of impact did that have, having all those brothers in there?
I will always say stories really help.
Mm-hmm.
So my brothers, they had some encouraging stories. Jimmy was like junior world champion. Joe was second.
Mm-hmm.
So just the stories of hard work, staying in there, toughness.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that one of my goals was, man, if I'm the winningest guy in my family, that's going to put me at being one of the best in the world. So that was the goal.
That's true.
I didn't look too far.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, so they were tough, and I think looking at it, with that type of goal, I looked at, man, they're all Americans,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not national champions.
Gotcha.
So winning a national championship in college was definitely one of my ultimate goals, I guess,
Yeah.
because I really pushed to have that mindset even before I arrived on campus at Iowa State.
Right. Well, that brings me to the next question. Obviously, you chose Ames
Yes.
over all the choices that you had. I'm sure you had plenty of opportunities. What brought you to Ames, Iowa?
Well, Gable and Robinson were the first guys after me,
Oh yeah.
and they were sending me pictures of Chris Campbell back then, who was definitely a super stud.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually leaning that way, talking to my brothers, because my brothers actually, they were coaching at Kentucky.
Oh, really?
But I wasn't going to go there.
The University of Kentucky?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, great program,
Wow.
but they dropped it. But a great program. I think they had like 26 dual meet wins. They
Wow.
were tough. Yeah, so I think that just trying to, we were talking about setting goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Setting goals and just trying to be the best in my family, and that was one of the goals, to be NCAA champion, and really writing that down because of the stories they told me, writing it down, and not letting anyone stop me from pursuing that. So when I came to college, that was it. And so hard work works.
Yeah.
And so, just went to work with that in my mind. And, so I'm not going to miss practice, not going to miss class, going to do extra workouts, because those are some of the things that will put you at being one of the best.
Yeah.
You get more reps than people, that helps.
Absolutely.
You get some extra miles in, that helps.
That helps.
Lifting a little extra, that helps.
Yeah.
Push-ups, that helps. So you could see that those type of things could put you at being one of the best. So along with stories, I learned to read about other champions. And so what I learned from other champions you know, is to stay in there. Times when they wanted to quit, when they had a tough loss, how they handle it. You know, you got to be able to bounce back. So I learned all those things from my brothers and through books. And so right now, some of the things I tell young people is when you're reading about other champions, it's almost like cheating. Because it's what you learn before you get there.
Yeah. That's true. I know that. That's a great perspective on that.
Right.
So did you see that with when you made your choice of
so,
aims?
That was it, and that's why I was actually picking Iowa. You know, Gable was definitely carrying aura by himself, and
said
Jay Robbins.
him and Jay were sending you pictures of Chris Campbell.
Sending pictures of Chris Campbell, and you know, Jay's a military.
Yeah.
So I was leaning that way. And Gable and Jay, they hadn't been to the house yet, but Nichols got to the house first. So Coach Nichols comes in later.
Yeah.
And did, of course, a lot of history, right, with Coach Nichols. And he showed up, and my parents liked him. And I remember my mom said, you know, I think you should go to Iowa State. I said, yeah, you know. Then my mom had a dream that I should go to Iowa State.
Really?
And I was like, okay, Mom. I respect you. I mean, you've spoken a lot of truths in my life that have come to pass. And I hear you, but I still think I'm going to go to Iowa. Then my mom had to dream again. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to Iowa State. So that was it. Yeah, that was it. I just, once she had to dream again, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Hey, Iowa State stopping the country. Iowa State stopping the country too. It's a true story. I'm glad I chose Iowa State, of course.
Yeah. I think Nichols is putting something like in Mom's like hot chocolate or something at night or whatever.
It worked.
Yeah.
I think Nick too, though. You know, his presence was definitely more mature than Gable.
Gotcha.
And Jay. And I think. I remember my mom was on the phone, I was on the other phone, and Gable was talking to us. And you could tell my mom was sleeping on the other phone. Dan was like, I think your mom's sleeping. But I think just Nichols coming and making that personal, his personal presence being felt. He came, hung out, then he came again to one of my sister's weddings.
Oh, wow.
Showed up, so. Yeah, I think all of that impressed.
Yeah, impressive.
That impression on him.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things about recruiting is that you got to win over the mom. You have to. You have to win over the mom.
Yeah,
she's got to release that son of hers for the next 4 or 5 years of her life, and you better have her on the side.
Yeah, so definitely, because they're going to have influence.
Yes.
The fact that the parents have influence is a statement. So you definitely, and that's what you're getting. You know, you look at the parents, you just kind of look at their lifestyle, you know, the things they're doing, and you should be able to see a little bit of that in their children. So my parents definitely, that's why I worked hard. I didn't even need to see them. They didn't even have to be in my presence for me to behave well and do well.
Yeah,
that's huge.
That's huge.
I mean,
that. Yeah, you're 100% right. Especially when you're doing it for somebody like that. I mean, you know, when they're not looking, it's a big deal. Because
I think your parents really help you. Just think, you look at families and that are broken. You know, if the parents are kind of broken, the brokenness affects the kids as well. Like I would say, divorce is splitting the force.
Yeah.
But the two of you became one to have one.
Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, I had guys in college, their parents are getting divorced. They were like crushed. I mean, it threw them off.
Yeah.
I mean, they're over 20 and they're like, so it definitely has an effect as well. So
for sure.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So Harold Nichols, I mean, obviously a legendary coach.
Yes.
I mean, he's, I'm sure, a huge part of your life. What was it like wrestling under him?
No, I think Nick.
Can you pull the microphone a little bit closer?
Okay.
There you go.
I think that.
There you go. Yeah.
I think that Nick.
I want to hear about this.
I think Nick was a great recruiter, and I think really he tried to recruit the best guys at each weight. Try to get 3 or 4 of them, whatever,
Yeah.
And of course, if they're all in the room, they're going to make each other tough.
Yeah.
And I think the product that turns out will represent being one of the best in the country. I think that's one of the things that.
What you say that about the recruiting about 3, 4 guys in a row there. Who did you have around your weight class that
I
was
know,
your mainstays?
Yeah, I know that, like Jim Farina, Illinois 2-time state champion, national runner-up, and I actually wrestled him in the finals of juniors.
Oh, you did?
So then I had to come to Iowa State. I had to wrestle him off to make the team. And it wasn't good for him. I think that really slowed his roll a little bit. But yeah, I had to wrestle him off. And so because of that, I guess I was just playing a little mental game as well. But I wore in the wrestle off, not the Iowa State gear. I wore the Pennsylvania singlet that I beat him in last time.
Way.
I know. I know, but
hey, listen, is what it is. Listen, it's mental
I beat
warfare.
him pretty easy.
It's mental warfare.
It was kind of over, and he was a stud, though. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He was a stud. I mean, I'm sure he would have been an All-American. He was an All-American here a different way, but I think if he even went somewhere else, he would have been in the money for sure.
Wow. Yeah. So you had him, and who else do you have around your weight class there in back in the day? You work out partners, your training partners.
Yeah, I think when I got here, like Zussman was still here. Trying to think of some Danny Wade. I think that's another Iowa guy. Dave Brown, just people in the weight class, because when I came, there's a bunch of All-Americans on the team. And so, Jim Gibbons was here.
That's right.
Yeah. Perry Humble was here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah, so there were some decent guys. Mike Mann.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's kind of good.
Matter of fact,
I'll full disclosure. Yes, I grew up as a Hawkeye fan. I grew up because I was a Hawkeye, into Hawkeye. But tell you what, I still remember those Iowa State battles.
Right, because you had to remember him beating Bannock.
I know.
I remember the interviewer was saying Mike Mann was getting interviewed on television, and we were at Carver, and the guy said, "Well, Mike, you have to wrestle Ed Bannock," and I think Ed was telling us earlier that he's never lost in Carver Hawkeye Arena. And then Mike Mann, just in Mike Mann fashion, I think he might even had his hands on his hips, and he was like, well, come to think of it, I've never lost here. And then he beat Ed. It was just raw. It was funny, though. I never forget it. That's funny.
Oh, wow.
Classic Mike Mann there. And what's interesting about Mike is he beat Ed, but when he wrestled Ed in the finals, he never had lost to Ed and then lost in the finals.
Oh, wow.
He wrestled Pete Bush 9 times, beat him 8, lost to him in the finals.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. I remember Mike Mann and Pete Bush wrestling back in the day.
Yeah, and Mike Mann was a stud. I mean, just for a big guy, unbelievable, quick, fast, flexible. Yeah, incredible balance. So, he was really tough.
Yeah, I remember whether we'd go and watch it live, with my parents, my brother, or we'd watch it on Iowa Public Television. It was, Iowa State matches were, wow, they were intense.
Yeah, Iowa Public Television was way ahead of the curve.
Wasn't it, though?
And wrestling was good in Iowa.
Oh, man.
Right? It's in the dirt in Iowa, right? But, Now,
was that one of the things that drew you a little bit to Iowa? I mean, you were looking at Iowa and Iowa State. Is that like just the importance of wrestling in the state of Iowa? Was that something that kind of drew you here a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I knew Iowa because, again, Gableton was the first one. But, looking at Hilton, I don't know if I really looked at it, but once you come, and you start wrestling, you got to get used to it. But you're like, wow. This is serious.
Yeah.
Right? And it takes your performance up. You're ready to compete. But, the crowd definitely was loud. And they liked to see you wrestle and throw people down. So that's kind of the ideal. But I threw a couple people.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so
you threw more than a couple people around me.
I might have been one of the favorites. But they like that.
Yeah, I bet.
So,
I bet. So, but wrestling for Coach Nichols, though, you already said that.
Yeah.
You know, you gave a couple of things already. Just you said he brought obviously some guys around you.
So,
and then
yes.
what else about him was such great?
Yeah, I think he was a national champion and just a tough guy. Fought in some of the wars. Just a tough military guy, and really a nice guy though. He loved coaching. Loved helping individuals. Loved winning, and stoic. I just remember wrestling with him. I don't know. He was wrestling with me one time, and I don't know what I didn't take it easy on anybody, but I should have been trying to take it easy on Coach Nick. But I busted his denture somehow. But there was blood
Because
everywhere.
you're in college. What years are you in college? You're
79, 83.
79, 83.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll put that a little closer to your mouth.
I'm wrestling Coach Nick.
Because he had to be,
middle 60s.
Middle 60s?
So I busted his dentures, and I'll never forget it. He went up, touched his mouth, looked at the blood, and then looked at me and said, "Carr, you're tough like me." That's true. I mean, I don't know, that's what he said.
Yeah?
Yeah, so he was a rough guy.
That's awesome.
Probably had to get his dentures repaired, but yeah.
It's something about, because people ask me, if I wrestle with my club kids now, and when I was coaching in college, I'm like, no, it hurts.
Yeah, it does.
I don't like it. No, I'm good. I do yoga and lift weights. But like guys like yourself, and guys like Coach Nichols, Coach Gable was wrestling until his 60s.
Yeah,
and
Gable was still.
the Brands was still wrestling. I'm just like, man,
And he was still beating
crazy.
people.
I'm like, because I'm just thinking now I'm in decent shape, but no, it hurts.
Yeah,
Where's the ROI on this?
It could hurt.
There's other ways to get in shape,
That's right. You definitely could get hurt.
They just like the scrap, though. They just like the scrap.
Yeah, I think you just have to say, hey, don't hurt the master. Look, I'm trying to teach you. If I'm broken up, I can't help.
That's good. Well, yeah, obviously, extremely, credentialed, college career, 3 NCAA titles. Who is your biggest rival, do you think, in college?
Oh, yeah, that's probably easy. Well, first, it was Scott Trizzino.
That's it, because you beat him in 81 in the finals.
Yes.
Yep, as a sophomore.
So, yeah, I think...
Was that because of the Iowa State rivalry a little bit with it, or just because you guys wrestled so much?
Yeah, I think when I didn't go to Iowa, I'm sure... It's just the truth. But when I didn't go to Iowa and I ended up choosing Iowa State, I remember Jay Robinson, and he was competitive. So this is the competitive Jay. I said, Jay, I'm going to Iowa State. And he was like, you'll never make an Olympic team. You'll never win a national title. And you'll always be wrestling against my guys. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay.
Whoa.
So when I wrestled Iowa, and I think when he got off the phone with Gable, I think he might have told me this earlier, but he said something like, yeah, I got off the phone. Gable was there, and he's like, that guy's going to kick our butt for 4 years. Something like that, he said. So, but no, he was just competitive. So I didn't take it. I didn't take it to heart as much as that when I wrestled against them. I definitely had to make sure I was ready. And it just happened to work out where Chris Campbell left Iowa, ended up coaching me anyways. Oh. So, I had the best of both worlds. Went to Iowa State right shortly after that. Chris Campbell ended up coming to Iowa State.
Oh, he was one of your coaches?
Yeah, so Chris Campbell, the Gatsons, Charlie and Willie Gatson, Les Anderson, Coach Nichols. It was incredible.
Wow.
And those guys really, I was just here just at the right time. The Gatson brothers were like my uncles, and then throw Chris in, because Chris is intense and really was a great coach about looking at the future when you wanted to have your heart rate at this level as the season moves on.
Really?
All the exercise, how to work. The dude was really on
was Chris
top.
Campbell?
Chris Campbell. So
That's in the early 80s.
That's right. He actually brought that to Iowa State. So
Wow.
Nichols just let him run us to death. Yeah. So, but Chris really brought that future mindset. I remember him saying, okay, you two guys watch all of Nate's guys so he'll know who he's wrestling next. And watch what their best move is so we can have some, info.
Wow.
So that's getting you ready to try to win a championship.
Yeah.
You got the whole team. These guys are watching guys. Somebody's bringing your gear. Everybody's helping the guys get ready. And I think he really perhaps inherited that from Coach Gable and Robinson.
Yeah. I've heard so much about Chris Campbell. I mean, he's like almost like a folklore. I mean, he's like, how, you obviously wrestled him multiple times.
Yes.
Royce
Yeah.
Alger told me that, because Royce has wrestled, Royce had to beat 3 Olympic champions,
Right.
and won U.S. Open at one time. I mean, I asked him point blank on the podcast, who was the best guy he ever had his hands on. It was there was no hesitation. Chris Campbell.
Yeah, for sure.
Hands down.
He was a stud. Just you couldn't move him too much, and what he did very well. Really held position, almost like Lee Kemp.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them, I would say, are not going to necessarily take a lot of risks.
Mm-hmm.
But what they're good at, they're going to be the best.
Right.
Their defense is going to be a part of their offensive shots that they will take to win. Will get them the win.
Right.
So they were really focused, but definitely good at holding position.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, like, Lee Camp was awesome, but he probably has 1,000 wins by 1 point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
that
is his point. 10 or 1,
Yeah.
half a point, a quarter
Yeah.
point. The key is get your hand raised.
That's right.
And Lee Kemp definitely had that type of perspective. Chris Campbell as well.
Wow.
But it's going to be hard. They're like, nope, you're not getting anything.
Yeah.
And I only need 1.
Yeah. That's true.
So, but yes, they were studs.
Yeah. I think that was like Royce said. Just we didn't even hesitate. Chris Campbell. And
Yeah.
I've just heard.
And
over
Gable
over
said the
again.
same thing, right?
Yep,
Gable said the same thing.
Same exact thing.
And I think Chris really learned a lot from Jay Robinson. Just the hard work,
Yeah.
the pushing it, making sure you're ready, making sure you never get tired,
Yeah.
Because I think during that era, maybe a little before, I know some guys, and I would just consider this more of a competitive edge, but don't take the statement wrong. But I think guys were saying, chocolate melts in your hand, not in your mouth. So actually saying,
Yeah.
hey, we're going to put our hands on you, you're going to get tired.
Yeah.
But Chris Campbell, no. Nate Carr, no.
Lee Camp, no, it doesn't work that way.
It's not happening.
Listen, I've seen plenty of the other colors. Get
Right.
really tired.
That's
Look at me,
right,
I'm
right.
Filipino. I got super tired.
That's right.
my mom's Filipino.
That's right.
Listen, I got a lot more tired than a lot of other people. It doesn't matter. I don't think that really matters. I think that has a lot to do with the work ethic.
Yeah, for sure. I think they were just using it as a mental edge.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's what I recognize it as, anyways. Yeah, for sure. I was like, Bill, I'm never melting in.
Yeah. It's so man. I tell you what. But you mentioned Willie Gatson. I mean, what an amazing human being he was. I remember I was at Iowa. You were obviously Iowa State in the early '80s, and I was at Iowa in the early '90s, and Willie was hanging out in the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, helping out Hawkeye Wrestling Club, and I just remember him just being I mean, first of all, an incredible coach and just incredible wrestling mind.
Yes.
But just as far as a human being, there wasn't nobody better.
Yeah.
Just
he was
amazing.
best man at my wedding.
Was he really? Oh, wow.
And just a super guy. And definitely he loved wrestling. Some people, I have a quote for people that are like that. They love wrestling more than winning, and eventually they win.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he was like that. Just it flowed through him. I mean, he could talk about it for hours and hours. I mean, he loved it.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of people. at that level, but you come across people like that. Hey, that guy loves wrestling.
Yeah.
Right?
And what a personality he had.
Yeah.
That was the thing with him. I think that's probably why him and I hit it off so well.
Lively.
Because, I mean, I was JV guy for 4.5 years at Iowa. So it wasn't like I wasn't, so he didn't have to spend any time with my wrestling, he helped me out. He did help me up technically and stuff like that.
He loved it.
But it was more of, I guess, we be in the weight room just, we had two very, very vibrant personalities back and forth.
Yes.
And we just really clicked. I just remember him being such an amazing human being, man. I really, really loved being in his presence.
Yeah, and he's the type of guy, and that's a good coach, because a lot of coaching is relationship, built on relationship. And you could tell that if he was your friend, he was your friend.
Yes.
And because he was your friend, he was going to help you in the room and away from the room.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good coaching.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, if he's helping you, giving you tips just on life in general.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys do well in the room, but not so well away from the room.
Yeah.
So
because he was
coaching
coaching
has to cover that.
he coached at Eastern Michigan. Is that right?
Yes.
Because I remember my boy Lee Pritz, which you probably.
Oh yeah, Lee's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, he's awesome. I love that man. Shout out to my boy. I love Lee Pritz.
Yeah, Lee's cool.
He wrestled for Willie, and he just it's the same thing. He got the full effect though. I mean, like I said, Willie was just he was helping out with the club at the time, so I got only so much of his presence. Where Lee, I talked to him about Willie, often enough, and he was in my corner. Great things to say.
Yeah, he was in my corner, and just I love wrestling for him, and I actually had the honor of doing his eulogy.
Oh wow!
And what a guy.
He's a man. He's a man. Well, you beat Trizzino. Getting back to that, beat Trizzino in '81. That's a huge rivalry, obviously. I mean, just because of Iowa State, but then came kind of another rivalry the last 2 years. I mean, of two of the greatest American wrestlers. Kenny Monday.
Yeah, to say that guy's competitive is an understatement. I think I beat him the first time we wrestled, and he was like, he just let me know, hey, I'm getting you next time. I was like, yeah, okay. And he got me. He was telling me when he was beating me that particular match, he was like.
And so this was the second time you guys wrestled?
Yes, and it's in Ames, and it's my home crowd. Yeah, Woo, he wrestled good too.
Yeah.
He did good, and I remember he was telling me, whispered to me, hey, I'm kicking your ass. I was like,
really?
Oh. Then I went crazy trying to take him down. Then he was crying like, because the match was ended, and Kitty was like, he didn't have that takedown. He didn't have that takedown. And the referee said, yes, son, he has the takedown, but you have the match. And then Kitty was like, yeah, that's right, boy. Oh, I was mad. I think I kicked him in the butt. I was like, oh.
I gotta pull out some. I gotta go into YouTube and find the old matches. I gotta find them. I bet those are some absolute scraps. So the first time y'all wrestled, you guys wrestled. Where would you wrestle in the first time?
It was like the Great Plains, some freestyle tournament maybe.
Freestyle tournament? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. We wrestled in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the second time was here in Hilton. Wow.
Dude, he came ready. Dude.
Yeah.
That's what you got to appreciate about Kenny Monday. Yeah, I mean, he is the ultimate competitor. And I'll say that speaking from the neck up.
Yeah.
So he going to be ready from the neck up. Now, having said that, his skill is pretty good.
Yeah, that's the thing I was saying. I was like, wait a second.
For nothing.
When you start saying the ultimate competitor from the neck up, I'm like, I don't know. I used to watch that dude wrestle a lot. He was pretty dang good. From the neck down, that dude was pretty good.
I wouldn't leave that part out, but that putting them two together makes them tenacious. Yeah,
makes an Olympic champion. I guess it makes.
There you go.
So there you go. So
he was a stud.
Yeah. So you guys, after you wrestled in the names, and that could be your junior year, right? Yeah,
yes.
Junior year. So how many more times did y'all wrestle that year?
Yeah. So we're gonna do the Big 8. Mm-hmm. He beats me again, and then I beat him in the nationals. Then we started over again. I think that time we were at a function, and even I can see where he gets it because his parents is competitive. Because we were at a gathering after the championship, of course, and it's here. And I'm at a gathering. Willie Gatson's with me, Coach Gatson, and Kenny's mom happened to be at the function, and she looked at me and said, "We are getting you next time."
Oh, geez.
I was like, "Whoa." Dude, his mom was tough. Oh, no, I'm serious. It just so happened that Coach Gatson was with me.
Yeah.
And, I was just like, and Willie said calmly, "Ma'am, I think your son better go another weight."
Oh.
I didn't say it. But
Wow,
they
Willie.
were, I'm telling you, they were serious. He had his family back at him, that's for sure.
Well, I see where he gets it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you beat him in the national finals that junior year.
Yes.
Because, and like I said, and your 2 finals matches with him were, great matches.
Yeah. Both were overtime. And so it was my last year, because it was in Hilton when I beat him for that first championship. And then we wrestled at the end of the year. The championship was in Tulsa. But I'll just say Oklahoma because that's where he's from.
Right.
So, and he was ready. He was having a good year. I think I beat him in the dual meet. Then he beat me in the Big Eights again. And then we find ourselves in the national championship again. I think we were doing a little woofing too at the big. You guys were trash talking. You guys were trash talking before trash talking was a thing. Yeah. We were going at it, and so we talked some stuff and ended up meeting in the finals. And what made the finals special? Because I'm like, it's my 3rd year. If I do win, I'll be the second 3-timer in the history of the school.
Right.
And the guy that won it, his 3rd title was doing it when I was being born. So, so I was just like, I'm ready to go. But I tell you what, I got to the finals, wrestling good, got to the finals, and I'm wrestling Kenny, and I'm telling you what, bar none. You ever wrestle a guy and then know he's ready? Well, I knew he was ready. He was coming. And there was a part of the match at the end, and I don't know, Kenny took a little bit of a break for something, and I remember saying to myself, because he had a caution, one more, I'll get a point, and that'll tie it up, or I'm taking him down for the win. That's what I said to myself.
Right.
Either I'm getting a call or I'm taking him down. And we came back, and I just went crazy. The ref called him, and this is the part that I will never forget, is I walked to the corner, dripping sweat, and all these coaches are there, and I sit down, and Chris Campbell looks at me and goes, "This is incredible. This is right where you want to be." And I was like, "What?" But it took a little bit, though. What? It's overtime. I just sat down. and then I get it. I said, "Oh, yeah." What he was saying is you beat him in overtime the year before.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right.
And he was like, "This is right where you want to be. This is incredible. This is great." And I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
And
right,
I go out in overtime and win like 5-2.
Wow.
How about that? Now that's good coaching. That's Chris Campbell.
That's great.
You know, along with the other guy, all the other coaches is like, "Yeah, you're right. You got this."
Yeah, Chris.
So how about that? That's how important coaching is.
Yes.
Right, the word coaching. Take somebody somewhere where they want to go when they can't get there by themselves.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to steal that one.
Yeah, so that's what he was doing.
I love that.
That's
good stuff.
I don't know how all those guys got in the quarter. Coach Nick, Coach Les, Gatson, Chris Campbell. I don't know what was going. It was like a party. Yeah.
Wait a second. You can right now because you can have what three plus a trainer right now. How those guys sneaking in?
And the trainers were there.
The trainers there.
I don't know how that worked, but yeah.
Wow.
And I had Yeah, I had some good guys with me.
Yeah, well, like I said, because those are incredible matches. So you went from going, obviously, with 3-time national champ in the early '80s, and now you go into your whole international career.
Yeah. So you would have thought, since my brother let me wear the uniform, I would have been at least thinking about the Olympics, right? I mean, yeah. I think I was so, because nobody had won the nationals, that I was just like, ugh, with that.
Yeah.
That I remember just going to practice. I won my 3rd title, and I mean, this is just the thought. So this is me perambulating around the wrestling room, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go out for the Olympics.
You were so you weren't even considering it before your collegiate before you.
I mean, like you would think I would go, man, national champion to.
Yeah.
Nah, but I was just so. I'm telling you, I was so into being the best in college that it really. I mean, I really narrowed the focus, and so. Yeah, so I started. I'm gonna go out for the Olympics, and I made the world team my senior year. Beat Andy Ryan, made the team. I got injured. Had a little back surgery. Had to go in the hospital during the training camp. Then went right over to Russia, because I think if I did wrestle, I think it might have been a possibility that Zaleski could get in. And Gable was like, let me know if you can wrestle now.
Yeah.
Because I had to go in the hospital. And I'm thinking, Dan, no, Zaleski's definitely, I'm wrestling.
Yeah.
He's definitely not getting in. I'm not letting the Hawkeye get in. It's not happening. I'm going with my foot chopped off. I'm still going. But anyway, so I went over. I still placed, but that was
that was 83 Worlds or 84, 83 Worlds.
83. So that was the impetus for me. Just, hey, I'm going injured.
Yeah.
Because Zaleski's not getting in there. But,
so you went from not even really just really kind of
just
gather all
in.
your thoughts, NCAA, sub-NCAA.
Yes.
So say, you know what? Okay, boom, I'm going international. So your senior year in '83, win nationals, and then all of a sudden, boom, make your first world team. Wow,
yeah.
that's incredible.
And so, yeah, I think I placed 7th in the world. I was happy about that, but because I went over injured, but then I went 84, going for the Olympics. This is LA, and everybody that's helped with me, they're all training. So I remember really not everybody was, and to do this, to make the Olympic, you got to stay focused.
Yeah.
So Gatsons, Chris Camp, all them guys, everybody was focused, and I found myself in the finals with Andy Ryan, and wrestling, doing well, beat him the first match, and for whatever reason didn't have to make weight again. It just one more, I just went crazy, and I kind of lost it mentally. My thought was, man, I'm going to kill this guy now. No, that was not smart. But that's what I was doing. But I didn't have anybody to say, no, chill, just relax, Nate. Yeah. Hey, you get the takedown when you need it. That's all I needed, and I would have made that Olympic team.
Yeah.
But no, I tried to kill him.
Wow.
And he got tossed twice at the edge. Nice throws. So, but that made me hungry for 88 anyways.
Yeah.
So failure definitely can drive you.
Yeah, for sure. That's really interesting as far as, because even a guy at your level at that time, like I said, world team in 83, Olympic trial finals in 84, everyone still needs coaching. Yeah,
100%. Just to think, coaching takes somebody somewhere where they want to go when they can't get there by themselves. I mean, I needed that, didactic instruction right there. Like Chris is saying, hey, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I needed just somebody said, man, I wish I would have had my wife in the corner. I'd have won.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
just chill, just relax.
Yeah, just relax. Yeah.
No, that was so.
Wow.
You definitely need people around you. Definitely, I always say that Southern maxim that says, if you see a turtle on a fence post, know he didn't get there by himself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow. So now, from 84 to 88, because obviously 88's the year that you made the team. What did those years look like? I mean, a lot of international, a lot of overseas.
Yeah, a lot of international, traveling, wrestling. One of the best guys ever, Fadzaev.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
many times
definitely
you
have the
wrestled
edge. I don't know, 1, 2, maybe. You know what? I wrestled him.
Because for those that don't know, Fadzaev obviously.
Yeah, Arsen Fadzaev.
Arsen Fadzaev from Russia is widely respected as one of the greatest freestyle wrestlers ever.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, so those people that don't know Fadzaev, I mean, don't know, you only know, but this now you know. This guy was.
He was one of the best ever.
One of the best ever.
So, yeah, I was wrestling. Like Gable called me. I won nationals, and Gable called me. So it must have been like '83, like at the World to do the World Cup. I was like, oh, okay. So I went there, and that's who I wrestled. And it was 3-3, and I was going around for the win, and I decided to do a high leg over maneuver, blocking his arms, right? Instead of just run around him, because I'm coming back. I mean, I have the match.
Yeah.
But I did that. I did a hip heist and threw my leg over and back, and he set up and caught me.
Really?
I could have been World Cup champion. I think he was just won Junior Worlds. But I mean, I went straight from doing stand-ups to going into the World Cup.
Yeah.
But I should have just
Yeah.
run behind him.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I wanted to try something new.
Well, you wrestled it more though.
Because
So he was a.
We've had some close matches
because he was a code that there wasn't many people that cracked that code, but you're actually one of the ones that did.
And I think Metzger actually wrestled him good, and that's who I beat out for the Olympic team.
Yep, I was going to ask you where you got that one too.
Because Metzger maybe lost to him 2 or 3 times, took second in the world.
Yeah.
So.
What was it about Fadzaev that was so good? Was it positioning? Was technique? All
of the above, and just you know what, just better at it. Just better at it. It's like him trying to get an escape, with a guy just holding his hips. The guy might hold him because he doesn't know how to just scrape his side and push that hand away because he comes from a different background. So I think he was just more aware of the in-depths of freestyle.
Yeah.
Just more knowledge, more feel. Where if I'm doing folk style, I can do a lot of things to hold you for 4 seconds.
Right.
And you'll be getting pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then imagine the freestyler going down and me holding him down. Right? Now, no, you don't want to glue your hips to the mat.
Yeah.
You actually want to try to get a point.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen some of them wrestle our style, and they're like cussing mad.
Yeah.
This don't even make sense.
Yeah.
They're ready to quit.
Yeah.
So just those little idiosyncracies, I think that he was the best. I mean, from here to there, that's all he did.
Yeah.
So but not to use that as an excuse, but I think it plays out in the long run. But,
yeah. Wow.
But he was good.
Yeah.
And he was one of the best.
Is he the best you've ever wrestled?
Him. Kenny Monday's in there for sure.
Monday. Yeah. I mean.
And then Kenny wrestled him and beat him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have had a little bit more size, but he definitely beat him.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You're talking two.
And I think
legends.
And I think when we did the Goodwill Games, I lost him in a close one. I think it might have been 2-1 or something. I might have actually even got cautioned, but out. But the Canada guy, the Canadian, beat him, and I beat the Canadian.
Oh wow!
So I ended up.
So you ended up winning the Goodwill Games. The Goodwill Games was that was a cool event.
They did that one time. Yeah, did they do it once or?
I think it was. It was like one.
Yeah.
But
it was nice.
I wish we had more goodwill. I guess that explains our world. Explains our situation. I guess.
That's really good now to say it. But
right.
It's needed.
Wow, but you had the best of 3. I mean, a best of 3 against Metzger to make the team. I mean, under Metzger, obviously, another legend.
He was tough.
I mean,
he's one of the best ever. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it about him that really kind of made him one of the?
I think Andre Metzger was really dedicated, and then he was with a good group. He's with the Schultz brothers a lot.
Yep.
And they were definitely, it's an understatement to say they were into technique, but that they worked, they drilled, and I think that put them ahead of a lot of the Americans because they studied hard, worked hard at learning things. So Metzger was good. Once he got on top, he was deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. And so I remember he invited me because I would take breaks and go up to 63. But I'm thinking, me and Kenny have wrestled forever. And so we were now training together, and I was going to go down. Of course, he's bigger than me. So I was going to go down.
Oh, you and Kenny end up training together?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we ended up training together, and I was going to 49. He was going to 63. And because Schultz tried to get me to train with him so he could beat Mondays. But, so me and Kenny trained together. I mean, we were out eating, and must have been some wrestling fan walked in. We were in the restaurant, and he looked straight at Kenny. Didn't even acknowledge me. I'm just like I wasn't there. Hey, what is he doing here? Are you eating with him? Yeah, for real. Kitty's like, no, we're on the same team. We're for real, yeah.
Where was this?
We were still
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
What is he doing here?
Oh, yeah, just like I wasn't even there. What is he doing here? Are you eating with him? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's spoken of the true wrestling country right there. That only happens like in Iowa and Oklahoma.
Right, that's right. That's right.
Wow.
So Metzger was a great opponent.
Yeah.
You know, again, 3-time world runner-up. And, yeah. So, but I was ready for him. He called me to do one of his camps. So I guess he could like get a feel because that's just part of it. Trying to be the best, right? Yeah, I'll invite this guy or get close to him or recruit his friend that's been wrestling with him forever just to get insight. So, anyways, he's paying me a decent amount of money to come to his camp. In between the sessions, he go, "Hey, let's go wrestle a little bit." Well, I mean, I'm hip to what's going on. But I mean, like. Yeah, so we're wrestling, and I'm throwing him. We're bleeding. I throw him in this throw, and he's getting up, he's cussing, and I'm like, man, they should give me 10 for that. Then he cussed me out, and we start wrestling, dude. And then at the end, he's like, man, he said, man, you're tough. Hey, you can get Monday, and you can get Monday. You can get Monday in the shows.
You can beat those guys.
Then he was like, but if you come down, I don't think I just threw you for like 100 points.
That's hilarious.
It's true.
Wow.
I don't think even Andre doesn't even say hi to me now.
This is before Flow Wrestling, before YouTube, because I mean you had to get the jump on somebody somehow. You had to invite him to camp and pay him to come to camp.
I'm sure there's a lot of stories like that.
Yeah.
Because it's intel. I mean, if I befriend your friend, hey, what is he like? What does he do? Yeah. I think a lot of that, because they only take one.
Yeah.
You can't play around. So anything that's going to go in your favor, like it took Schultz forever to beat Lee Kemp. But I think Schultz trained with Andy Ryan a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you got to figure it out.
I'm just saying.
If you want to be the guy, you got to figure it out.
So there's a lot. So it's a lonely track to trying to be the number one in your country.
Yeah.
There's some hoops and you got to beat the other guy, and it's intense.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, in '88, like I said, we made the team, beating Metzger in the 2 out of 3. What do you remember the most about one, like the whole Olympic experience, I guess, whole '88, and just, or was it so wrestling driven and focused?
Yeah, so wrestling. Yeah. I was that type of guy. If I went to France, I'm not going to be, going to the Taj Mahal. Right. I'm not going to be doing sightseeing. So just real focus, because I've already lost it in '84. It didn't make it. So, just really focused. I would say you have to, for sure, watch your self-talk. That's an understatement. And one of the things I said to myself, because I was feeling really good and ready, is I mean, I don't know why I said it, but I said something like, the only way I'm not going to win is if they cheat. Mm-hmm. So, anyways,
and there was a lot. That was the one thing about wrestling, the Russians back. I mean, back then, especially.
I think the officials were getting Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Real gold. I mean, but anyways, it's, you got to beat. Sometimes you got to beat the guy and the officials as well. Mm-hmm. So, but anyways, yeah. So
I mean, back then, because when Russia, and that was, obviously before the split, and Russia was almost like this whole like aura about Russian wrestling back then.
Yeah.
What was it like? I mean, just your mindset, because you're one of the few that's cracked the code, like really beating some of their best guys, and whether it's beating them and the officials, like you said. I mean,
right.
it's so the hostility was at another level. Obviously, just everything around it. What was always your mentality like when you would go to Russia or when you would compete, overseas against the Russian athletes? What was it like?
Yeah, they lived it.
Mm-hmm.
Their belief was definitely high because that's all they did.
Yeah.
It's like their job. So they literally could smoke a cigarette after a match. It's not going to affect their high crotch. I'm just saying, right? Because they would often say to you, all that's important is your health. You just beat me 10-0. But anyways, so it's almost like being so good at something all right, but I mean, that's what they did from this high up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did a lot of other things that we didn't do. Like, you see all the specific training they do that's specific to your sport.
Right.
Well, they were way ahead of us doing that stuff too. But yeah.
Did you get, like, when you went over there and competed, and obviously you probably got to witness some of the training and stuff like that, did you take some of that back and implement a little bit?
Yeah, you do, because you're going to learn from them. You know, you're training, they're training together. Yeah, you learn, but it's not like having a lifetime of it. And I think another thing that I observed that we could possibly miss is that they have the same coach almost forever. Even if they move up, this guy might sit in this chair, but this guy's been with them since he's been 7. If somebody's been with you at 7, they'll tell you when to go to sleep.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, no, don't eat that much, just eat this. I mean, they've been around you so long. And so I think that really helped as well.
Right.
That they knew their athlete.
Right.
And how to get the best out of him after a lifetime of observation.
That's a great point. Is it still like that in their system? Do you know?
That I'm not sure, but it would be smart if they did.
Yeah.
It just helps. I think it saves the athlete. Again, coaching is to take somebody somewhere where they want to go when they can't get there by themselves.
Yeah.
So he's able to help and assist in that. He could just look at a guy like, well, that means a lot. It's almost like being married. You look at your wife, gives you a certain look, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Right? Or you're like, see what she's thinking. Right? Because you know each other. So I think that's a good coaching. Like I just heard, like it was a female basketball player, and she said she's let her coach know that tough talk to her really works for her.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that
right?
recently.
Okay, but look, there you go. So that's just a nice little glimpse because she had like 20-some points when her team was not doing that well. She helped.
Right.
But the coach had just talked to her, had her nose on her nose.
Yeah.
That's how close she was to her. So that's good coaching. So when you put time in it, evidently that's what they're doing. They really want to win as a country. And so they're putting all their resources together. And not to mention they probably took some extra vitamins as well.
I heard that as well.
So, but
how strong were those dudes back then?
Yeah.
That had to be, obviously technically they were very, very solid in their positioning, but when you add that to the mix.
And it helps if your doctor comes along with you as well.
Right.
No, just...
Yeah,
there's a lot of ways to cheat. They're ahead of the other guys.
I've heard. Yeah,
so,
I've heard the stories.
But but it's all good. It's competition, and not all things are fair as well.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. So now, who else was at that time besides the USSR at the time, who else had really good wrestling right there with the other country? Because you beat in the for the bronze, you beat the Jap.
Yeah.
Akashi.
Yeah.
Akashi. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So.
You're focused on the other one.
Yeah, I was like, I was going for third like this.
Yeah, but so it was basically Russia at the time. That was it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think who else was a tough country? Bulgaria, maybe, and Japan definitely in the lightweights.
Yeah,
but yeah, there were other tough countries, but
yeah, Russia was one.
You had
to
for
keep
sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
for sure, 100%.
Yeah, well, it's because you've brought up so many different just coaching little niches here, and I mean, I love the fact that that now because you run the RTC here at Iowa State, and really getting into the coaching now. Directing did definitely help, but I just think with your knowledge and your just your wisdom and in the sport. I mean, to have you in the coach as coach here at the RTC is something. What's that transition like been like from being competitor to coach?
Yeah, I think for sure know your athlete. Like, and then of course my brothers work with me, and then I got to work with my sons, right, and definitely spend a lot of time with David, and just realizing that you definitely want to make a neck up plan and really spend time developing how to show up for practice, how to get the most out of your practice, and always realize that you could fail at doing something, but that doesn't make you a failure.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, well, because it's going to open up for you to grow. So another thing is really try hard not to go through as much as you grow through.
Oh, I like that one too.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that has to be in there. So I like to call like certain practices a purpose-driven practice. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm working on. And this is my effort and attitude. So how do I try to come in and wrestle you so hard that when we're done, you'll pause and say something like, did I say something about your mother? But anyways, it's good to show up with an attitude.
I love that.
But you definitely should practice it. So I'm not coming just because I like the red shorts and I love the little things they have on the wall. No, not really. I'm not here for that. So it's good to have a purpose-driven practice. And one of the things that you would do with that is think about what you're going to do before you get there. And not only just once, but you want to rep it. You want to rep the intensity and how you see yourself. So since your brain doesn't really know the difference between imagination and reality, that's why you can win before you win.
Yeah, very true.
You could feel it.
Yeah.
You can experience it. And so that's how important your thinking is, to show up, to get out of you what you've been thinking.
Yeah.
Because when you go to an event, some lady's yelling at you. I mean, there's all kind of stuff going on. But you've got to be able to narrow your focus and be able to keep good self-talk at a high level. And hopefully you mix that as well with your technique. Because coaches will say, okay, watch his right attack, try to control his left wrist.
Course,
Those are just some of the things that's going to help you.
Right.
So maybe you put that in your mantra as well, along with ending it with "I win, I go hard, I get to do this."
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
But
Now, was this stuff that you did as a competitor also that you're passing on?
Yes. Yeah, especially, you know, even more so, and I took it to the next level as well for the Olympic stuff, but yeah, definitely in college, you know, especially wrestling a guy like Kenny Monday.
Yeah,
you know,
of course, yeah.
Because I always say, you don't invite bad thoughts, they just come.
Oh.
So I'm going to wrestle Kenny Monday.
Say that again.
You don't invite bad thoughts, they just come.
Golly,
so you got to be ready for
there couldn't be more true.
Yeah.
That couldn't be more true.
Right.
Seriously, that's
So
old.
here's an example.
Yeah.
So I'm wrestling Kenny Monday, Eaton Hilton. Well, he's beaten me twice. Guess what thought comes to my mind? Out of nowhere, while I'm cruising to the raised platform, Kenny Monday pinned you last time. What? Like, hey, this is
I didn't ask for this.
I know. That's my point. Is that messed up or what?
Yeah.
How about it seemingly just out of nowhere? So, because I've read and I just studied different stuff, I knew to take that thought. And what I would do is go to a room, open up the door. In the room was a table, a chair. On the table was a notebook and pen. I go into the room, right? And also in the background was a large blazing fire. I go in, pull out the chair, pick up the pen, flip the notebook open, write down, Kenny Monday pinned you last time. Rip it off, crumble it up, throw it into the fire, watch it change colors, disintegrate until black ash float up to the top. Go back, pick up the pen, write, Nate, go hard, you win. You would never know I was thinking that. How about that? How about you don't even know I'm thinking that, but this is the one thing, besides my effort and energy and will to win, that's going to help me compete at a very high, enormous level.
Wow. Yeah. I love that.
Right? So look, like, was it the single leg? Well, yeah, but I got to go here first. Like, how do you go somewhere without first thinking about where you want to go? Well, you need to do that when you wrestle. Like, where are we going? What is the direction? And so a purpose-driven practice is to take that and practice it day in and day out.
Wow.
So that will help you learn, because it's that attitude. Everything you do, you can use to your advantage. I could work out 3 hours a day, right? 4 hours a day, whatever. But this is what I'm telling myself. Man, it's going to be impossible for me to get tired. It's going to be incredible for me to work out 6 hours a day and get tired in 7 minutes. I mean, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Well, look how I'm talking.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to breathe when you wrestle me.
Yeah.
But look at the thought.
Yeah.
You know, if I got to run extra sprints, or if I eat some food, I have to come back, work out again. Guess what I was thinking about the workout? Boy, this is going to make me tough.
Yeah.
So all of that is in my control.
Wow.
Right? So look at how, dude, I mean, I'm going to ride a bike and let you see me. I'll let you see me lose 10 pounds. But you have another thing coming if you think I'm going to get tired.
Yeah.
Just because you watching me do this. I do this day in, day out.
Yeah. Wow. So now, when did you realize it was like, one of your callings to be, go from being a world-class athlete and champion to trying to build them?
Yeah, no. I think I just definitely. I think my spiritual journey helps me as well. Just with the passages there, God, I'm not going to say God loves sports, but it's definitely in there. Right? And wrestling's one of them. Yeah.
He's a fan.
Yeah, right? So just that spiritual journey. And then in there, and the Bible's going to say, cast down every thought that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. Wow. How about it saying cast it down? How about it saying get rid of it, then replace it with my word? Wow. Well, that's kind of what you have to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of that, I got there just from reading the Word of God, and just as when I gave my life to Christ, just had a different perspective, especially in sports, and then running to win in life as well. And so, I would think that was a big part of the focus, and then reading about other people. Man, it's something about reading about other people that you'll see them, then you put yourself in that spot. That's why you should read to your kids, right? They'll see themselves in that spot.
Yeah.
So that's good. You take on that. And I would say that was really good, learning how to stay focused, learning how to really get your way of thinking to help you live. I can't think of the guy, he was a psychologist, but he was in some of the concentration camps. And one of the things he said, the reason that he's alive is because they could come in his cell, but he would never let them in here.
Oh, man. That's deep right there.
Right.
Whoa.
I think it is. Like, right? So you have to make sure, I think, especially in competition, is not to make sure that you are not your enemy, which is in a me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, the other guy beat me, it's me.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to really work on that self-thought, right? Because thoughts come out of nowhere from other kind of people. You're horrible. Mike Hatcher's not going to win.
Yep.
You don't even know the lady.
Yep. You're right.
You don't know her last name. You don't know how many kids she has. You don't know what state she's from.
Yep.
But how about those words that get inside you?
Yeah.
So that's why you really have to watch what gets inside of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, that's what takes you down.
Too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just life, marriage,
Yes.
your family, being a father. It is life.
Yeah.
It is life, right? People are not depressed by accident. Yeah. It's what they ruminate on, right? So just what I'm saying, the opposite, we need to focus on the good thoughts and rep them, right? So just not in a weightlifting way, but I want more reps here up than here down.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, so that's, and just even how you respond to them. And just think about people in war.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got shot. Nope, get up, let's go.
Yeah.
You thinking of your family, you want to see them, you'll need all kind of things from the inside. The inside is the real you. And that's the one you have to build up.
Yeah. Man, I love that.
Right?
Speaking of building champions, got one. Who's that guy in that poster right there?
Oh yeah, David.
Who's that?
That's
who's
a
that
good
guy?
shot.
Speaking of champion, you building champions.
He definitely, The one thing I love
what's
about
it like coaching that guy, David Carr? For those of you guys who can't see.
Now, so
he's kind of good. He's kind of good at wrestling.
Linda,
he's not bad.
And then I want to say I married a wonderful lady, Linda Carr. But I would say we have 7. So David's the baby of 7.
Wow.
But one thing I'd say to David is he is definitely coachable.
Yeah.
And he listens well. I know early on, my wife was like, why are you spending money? Did he win? Did he win it? Did he place? One time we went to a tournament, he threw up, couldn't wrestle. But, I just told her, I said, no, it's okay. I'm aiming him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, he listens good. I mean, I got him reading books.
Yeah.
I mean, he's watching me train other champions.
Yeah.
So that really helped. I had him with some tough people.
Uh-huh.
And I remember I'm telling the people that I'm coaching what to read. I'm giving them Bible studies. Oh, the technique, no problem. But but this is all the outside. So he's watching them and it hit. Man, if I listen to Dad, I could win because they're winning. So that was good. So definitely, again, he's coachable. I remember he took third at one of the USA tournaments, and you thought he won the gold medal. He was that excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, yeah, he was coachable, and he just definitely had his losses, definitely cried a lot, you know. But
Just like any,
it's part of it.
Part
so
of it.
you want to grow through. And I remember I let him go to Kentucky with my brother. And, of course, I know my brother, right? I know my nephew. I know what they're going to teach him. It's going to be a lot of technique, you know, definitely a lot of strategies because they're like that.
Yeah.
You know, and so when he comes back, you know, I'm going to look at that. I might tweak some of that. I already know all of that.
Yeah.
That I'm going to tweak this because they'll show him this, but I want him to do this. Yeah. And the part that's going to be, that sets it apart is going to be the way he thinks. Bar none. I know he's going to go. I know what they're going to teach him, but they won't be adding this part.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's what I'm, good at encouraging people. I mean, I love that. I mean, I love preaching God's word because I don't think there's any story like the story of God sending his son to love you that builds you up when it comes to your purpose. And what's good about that is it's almost like God is saying, I know there's over 6 billion people in the world, whatever, but nobody has your fingerprints. As a matter of fact, if there were 2 of you, one of you would be unnecessary. But there's only one. So it speaks to your uniqueness. You know what it's saying? I don't have to be like Mike Hatchard. I made you different, Nate.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You have something. You have something.
I wouldn't suggest. I wouldn't suggest a lot of people being around me.
I'm not gonna say that, but you could see because here's something that's serious though. If you don't even know where you're going, somebody can get you to go their way.
Yeah.
If you don't know your purpose, somebody could give you theirs. Imagine an older drug dealer saying, hey, take this to Mr. Johnson's house. He's going to give you so much cash. Bring it to me, and I'm going to give you a piece of it. You're like, really? Well, look at that. I'm changed it. Now, what if he gets picked up on the way there?
Yeah.
So if you don't know your purpose, if you don't know in which direction you're going, almost like any place could do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I like that. Yeah.
Right? So I believe I like the encouragement from that perspective that God has made me. There's not 2 of me, there's 1 of me, speaks to my uniqueness. And I realize that. And so I look at him, you know, and trying to be the best person that he's made me to be. And what's so good about God is he has a playbook called the Bible.
Yeah.
The Bible itself, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Bible.
Oh, I've never heard it put it like that.
Yeah. So that's just another way.
Yeah.
It's another way of saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a playbook.
Yeah. Yeah.
That helps them get down the field into the end zone. Well, the Bible is a playbook that helps you get down the field of life into the end zone called eternity.
Wow. Yeah. I've never heard that what do you call it, acronyms?
Acronym acrostics. Yeah.
I love that. That's cool.
So,
That's awesome.
so that's how I think of it. And when you think about purpose, when I bless my children, I get to bless David, say, I'm proud of you, but you're unique. I get to say to Tiffany, Mary, Rebecca, Jonathan, David, right? Hey, all of you are special.
Wow.
And as a parent, I'm trying to be a professional cheerleader by saying, go, David, go.
Yeah. No, that's such a cool relationship to have with them.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is.
So
'Cause
that's a
'cause it's hard.
professional encourager.
I mean, what's the most difficult part about a father-son
No.
relationship
Well, so
when it
we
comes to
agree
coaching?
about where we're going again. Take somebody somewhere. You want to go?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So we're already kind of on the same page, and then you want to have almost like the way you have different skill sets. You want to have different ways of articulating to people how they could understand and grasp. So maybe I'll say to David, do you want your dad or do you want the coach? If it's the dad, then I'm just giving hugs.
Yeah.
If it's a coach, then maybe I'll bring a little bit of strategy as well.
Oh, I love that. That's a great piece of advice right
So-
there for father-son coaches out there. Honestly,
Yeah. And
that's a great piece of advice.
And then I think
because a lot of them don't
No.
offer those options. They just
Yeah.
straight up give you the coach side,
Right.
and that's just
and they miss that. So
Yeah.
so I think an overall principle just in life for all of my kids is I want to be a professional encourager. I want to be a professional cheerleader. And what's good about cheerleaders is even when your head's down, they're saying, "Go, Mike, go."
yeah.
So I think you get more out of that. And we'll make adjustments, keep your elbow in,
yeah.
right? But you're not going to personalize it. But just think, you just said, well, a lot of parents are missing that. Well, they're yelling at them. I'm yelling at my kid. I'm upset, right? And all of that, I'm venting on him. Well, I got a question. How about when I lose? Am I going more inward and thinking probably bad about myself already? Now, here's the key. Do I need some help with that? So when a dad is yelling at his kid's already beating himself up.
Yeah.
How about the dad is the wrong type of cheerleader? He's a negative. So you're just making it worse. That's why they're shutting down, right? They're getting you just overload,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Because you see it all the time. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I mean,
And
it's really interesting perspective that we're getting from this.
And then they take that, and then how about that? You rep it,
Yeah.
right? You don't invite bad thoughts. They just come. You just go in there. They just, right? So it's probably good, and I just learned this just from coaching, that if I can, and it takes you being ready, but I'm coaching, so try to be the best. So make adjustments yourself. Keep learning as a coach. Keep growing as a coach, as a person. So if I know my athlete's already beating up himself, I'm going to get him to try to change his mind. So as soon as you come off the mat, Mike, you just wrestled one of the top guys in the country. You're trying to win a national title. You lose by one. First thing I'm going to say, Mike, man, I love your energy. It was unbelievable. That pressure, man, it would have been another 10 seconds. I know you were going to get him. Man, this is just great. I love your intensity. You were wrestling so good. I'm so proud of you. And Mike, I can't wait to work with you on Monday on finishing that single leg. Because I know when you master that, you'll be unstoppable on your way to a national title.
Oh, wow.
Now, you can't do that without thinking now.
Yeah.
So, positive, adjustment, positive. So I
Yeah.
just did a sandwich method with encouragement. And I'm not even trying to use the fancy word, constructive criticism. I'm not even going to, no. I'm going to just put it in. But how about me lift you up first so you're doing this?
Yeah.
As opposed to this.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So that's what I've learned to do. And then I use it just in life. My kids are struggling. I want to have a good word. And then if I could even come close to having a story that could express and ends with a win. Have a story that a person has a win with the end. That's why I read. So I can say, well, this Mr. Johnson guy was in the same situation. Man, I could see you doing that. Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
I just told you a story about where it seemed like you can't win, But I'm telling you a story about somebody that did win.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. That's
That's good.
Really good. I love
right?
it. I love it.
So reading, that's where all that comes in. Studying, that's where it comes in. Because no matter what's going on, I know my son was going through. This is Isaac's my second born son. He's has two boys, and he was going through. And I remember calling him, had a story, encouraged him, and this is what he said at the end of the conversation. He said, "Dad, I met a lot of men in my life, but you're the best man that I know."
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Tell you what, we're gonna wrap it. It's a wrap now.
Okay.
We're gonna wrap it up on that one right there. I tell you what, wow, Nate Carr, this has been an amazing discussion, and I feel very, very fortunate that I call you a friend now.
That's
and
right, Mike.
also very, very fortunate that you were in the coaching world, because I'm telling you, just the last part with the coaching, because I've been a coach I started my first coaching gig and I was 22 years old in the University of Iowa, and so I've been in the coaching world for over 30 years
wow.
now. And just continuing to get coaching education from people like yourself and wisdom from people like yourself is an absolute game changer for a person that like myself, that's very, very passionate about what I do as from a coaching perspective, and just that's always continuing learning.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
do
love
that,
it.
Mike, and read to them.
Yeah.
Do stories, because you're producing not only wrestling champions, but great citizens. And so, how do you treat your friend in the room? How do you talk to them? All of that. I mean, you're almost like a parent, but you're there, but you're changing lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, how do they get along? How do they bounce back? How do you say, man, listen, just because you failed doesn't mean you're a failure.
Yeah.
So you can't personalize your failure,
Yeah.
because then it's hard to go up. It's hard to come back. If you yourself is saying, I suck, I'm horrible, I'm no good, I'm changing my last name, I'm breaking up with my girlfriend, and I'm moving to New Mexico. I don't know why I throw that in there, but yeah.
Good thing to throw in there. Nate Carr, you're the man. Thank you so much. That was amazing conversation. Thanks again. I appreciate
All
it.
right, Mike, God bless.